What's good, everybody? It's Casper. Final episode of Tulsa King. This episode right here is more than chills. This is the best episode of the whole show. So let's get straight to it. So the 9th and final episode of Tulsa King is called Happy Trails, directed by Kerrigan, written by Terence. Episode 9 starts off with a flashback scene. It's the only episode of this whole TV show that has a flashback scene. The effects on trying to make these actors look younger, I would say it was passable, but didn't do too much. It wasn't something that bothered me for those type of effects they were using on them. But that whole scene on that flashback was done really well. I enjoyed that flashback scene. It seemed like that moment was more of a TV episode vibe, while this whole Tulsa King ride feels more like a movie cut up in pieces. You see what happened to Dwight on how he became, or how he ended up going to jail. And then you also see in that scene where Dwight is the last one to come out of that building and his back is turned against to the camera. Notice that obviously that's a different character playing Dwight right there, but it wasn't a bother at all. They did what he had to do on there, set up well. I like the setup for all that. They did a good job, and whoever was in charge on making that feel like a flashback scene did a good job. It was on point. Next scene is present day, where Dwight is now being interviewed, or in the room where the TSA agents are trying to ask him questions. Dwight ends up leaving that scenario by having someone come in acting like he was a lawyer. Dwight wants to see how Stacy is doing. She's in the hospital bed, she's recovering. Dwight is letting Stacy know that he's gonna make it up to her, and Stacy is in the bed saying she's gonna lose her job. We end up seeing Waltrip talking to his group of men. Waltrip is basically giving them a meeting on how they're gonna do their next move to attack Dwight's crew. That moment right there, you see how pissed Waltrip is. Cool dialogue and another personal moment between Armand and Dwight. Armand's letting Dwight know that Chickie is on his way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Armand gets a little personal and they start talking about what happened back then when Dwight, before he got in jail and during he got in jail. So Dwight is hearing what Armand went through, and Dwight had no idea that Armand went through all that stuff. The writing for all that, very descriptive and good concrete feel while he's presenting all that. You could create an image while he's talking about all that, which is really good. See Dwight end up face to face with Chickie, Vince, and Goody. It was cool to see Tyson beside Dwight. Tyson is now like the right hand man. Tyson and Dwight are there with Armand, and that scene was well done. Dwight in that presentation is showing that that town is his now. Those lines were very direct, and Dwight's letting Chickie know all these people you see around, they're with him. So Dwight's power is insanely grown, basically telling Chickie like, you're getting out of the city now. Exciting, tough, and played very well. This episode was made for Stallone to shine. After that scene of him telling Chickie to leave, Stallone, aka Dwight, ends up bringing the crew to the bar. That right there setup was definitely Rocky feel. Stallone poured out that line. That was set up for him, straight up Rocky vibe. The motivation, the lines, they knew what they were doing with that scene. Man, the acting is so on point. Like, even at this age, he's still pouring out great, powerful lines, and every time he has a moment like that, gives you the Rocky feel, and you really feel that goosebumps of like, yo, what the heck, they're bringing this motivational type of swag in here, and the only right person to do it is Stallone. That moment right there was just another moment, a setup moment for Stallone to shine even greater. And that scene was amazing too. That whole speech was so on point. Dwight getting more just going active. He wants Bodie to hack into the ATF computer that they stole from, or they took from Waltrip. Waltrip has another computer to still see his accounts and stuff, but Bodie ends up hacking that computer, gets all the information from the TSA live reaction or scene, everything get deleted. Also, we seen a live reaction and a real reaction from Waltrip seeing his account go from so many commas to 0. We seen so many sneaky activity, so many smart moves, so many undercover moves. It was crazy how they floated and put that in this episode. The pace of that, seeing all these events happen, well done. It's moving quick. We later see Dwight end up writing a letter and giving Stacy a flash drive, and in the flash drive is bread, money. So that was crazy to see that the flow and all these events are happening very fast, but it's keeping your attention focused on while all this stuff is happening. Stacy is very surprised that she received a letter from Dwight and the USB. Cool interactions. You see Mitch talk with his dad, a moment in this series that you didn't see too much, and it was another moment brought into this episode. Another interaction that I thought it was dope and I really enjoyed is Tyson and Dwight. Another moment between both of them, and that feel, you can see that they enjoy each other's company even to this episode. The growth has been great. Dwight has like a father figure on Tyson, even though Dwight wants Tyson to listen to what his dad said. But Tyson, like I said before, is becoming his own man. He doesn't have a direction of feeling lost. Feels very comfortable with Dwight, and that scene was really cool. It really felt heartfelt from Dwight, and I really like that Tyson and Dwight are an unexpected duo in this whole series that I really appreciated. It's crazy, they have to continue with both of them. Very unexpected duo. Man, they're saved the best for last, because even though we're in the same setting, the whole camera direction, the whole new idea to present a scene was felt in this episode, and it felt like the best for last. You see Dwight and the whole crew chilling at the bar. They're enjoying the evening. Then we hear the engines of motorcycles pull up. War happens. Biker gang wall trip. Boss leader comes in with his crew, and it just goes crazy. Phil Collins in the Air Tonight starts playing. When it starts playing, I was just like, straight up, I was like, yo, this is crazy. And you get the moments you want. You see Dwight, aka Stallone, still moving like a boss. He gets his moment with wall trip. Very insane. That was crazy. Do not have kids around that scene, because it gets crazy. Crazy, and that's what you want. Mafia movie lovers are gonna appreciate that scene and appreciate how that got done. The anticipation, the build-up for that flowed so well. Oh my gosh, yo, I'm just happy that that happened, and it was so tough. You see the blood on Dwight right after. It was a crazy great scene. Very detailed on that scene as well. You know, you don't just hear the engines pull up, you see Dwight's crew get into action and set up all the booby traps and set up all where they're gonna be at. Such well done. I like how it doesn't just go there. It just had a setup, music started, build up, on point. Time flies. We now see Dwight's daughter in Oklahoma. They're at the ranch. You see Dwight finally chilling with his daughter's children. And that's the moment he's always been waiting for, chilling with his daughter and then, you know, seeing his grandchildren. In that scene, you see that there's a grand opening of the bar where all that crazy war happened. And we end up seeing Dwight telling the owner of the ranch, the boss lady, we end up seeing Dwight invite her, but she seemed busy. We end up going to the grand opening of the bar. Everyone's having a great night. The setup was great. You can see everyone's chill. Mitch ends up having a little part in that scene where he's singing. A fun fact, he actually is a singer, so that's him singing. And I didn't know that till after I saw that moment. I was like, is he really singing? And then I heard from the trivia and hearing the facts that he actually is a singer. And we see the unexpected. We see everything that we wanted. We see Dwight obviously wanting to chill with his daughter and do so much for that moment. It's finally there. We see all these plans Dwight had. We're here at this grand opening party, and then Dwight ends up getting the message like someone's outside waiting for you. I thought it was going to be the boss lady ranch girl, but it wasn't. It was Stacy, and the look on Stacy's face, I did not like it, because you would think like a hello. It was just straight face, and oh my gosh, bro. The episode ends with Stacy setting up Dwight to get arrested for bribery, because the flash drive was sent to Stacy. Stacy got her job back because everyone part of that TSA loved her. Stacy loved her work, so she came back under one condition, was to turn in Dwight. And that's how the episode ends. Not only does it end like that, Dwight's daughter comes outside and says, not again, this is not happening again. The look on her face, I was like, bruh, I was talking about chills, man. This was more than chills. This was, I don't know what to call that, goosebumps times 1,000. That was crazy to see everyone's expression on their face. I don't know how they ended just like that. That's how the season ends. That's how season 1 ends. I can't believe it. Crazy, phenomenal. But I'm like, yo, left me on a cliff. What's gonna happen next? Has to be a season 2. There's no way you end it like that. There has to be a season 2. Just has to. And then when Dwight gets arrested and get put into the back of the police car, the music, Phil Collins in the Air, comes back on, and that's how the episode ends. Just on some crazy shockness. Absolutely insane. Wow. Absolutely insane. I keep saying insane because it is insane. Freaking crazy. There's no way they end it right there. That's all I gotta say. There's no way to end it right there. But let's give a shout out to Stallone. His acting throughout every episode was on point, straight up on point. There wasn't an episode where it felt like he was taking time off. Everything was consistent. Shout out to all these actors that I'm getting presented for the first time, like Tyson, Bodie, Jimmy, Armand, Stacy, and everyone part of this Tulsa King. I'm getting introduced to all these new actors. They're all great. The casting did a great job. I had a great fun time watching every episode. I didn't even give no episode lower than a 10. So my rating for this episode is a 10. The whole series is a 10. Absolutely loved it. Loved the mafia vibes in this. Stallone could still act. He doesn't look slow. Thanks for everyone being a part and tuning in to my reviews for every episode. For those that's tuned in and watched the videos while I talk about each episode, shout out to you guys for, sticking around and hearing me talk. Thank you guys for that. Hopefully we can find another episode or another TV show that I like, and I can do another episode by episode talk. I enjoy doing these, and I enjoy learning new stuff by watching every new episode and getting introduced to a lot of new actors and seeing motivation from the camera direction, seeing how the director is making everything look crispy. So overall, Tulsa King is a 10 out of 10, A+ show. I recommend it to whoever I can. Every episode is good length. So that's my review for the 9th episode of Tulsa King. Shout out to you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.